I went to the Carolina Hurricanes vs. Edmonton Oilers game on November 10th at PNC Arena. I went to the game with some of my roommates. Even though I'm a Capitals fan and the fans were not big fans of my sweatshirt, I had a great time watching. The Hurricanes win the game 7-2. The offense was on fire that night, but I really came to see Connor McDavid. I had to drop this short clip to show you how insane this guy actually is. As a spectator at a hockey game, the first and most obvious form of marketing is the logos of companies plastered all around the boards on the ice. Yes, there are also a few logos on the ice, but they are way harder to see, and it is much easier to see on basketball courts like in the NBA. This was the first time where I went to a game paying much closer attention to sponsorship activation and marketing. I never noticed how many different companies are marketed throughout a game in so many different ways, where each one was uniquely used within the 5 Ps of marketing. I noticed some companies had many different ways to market throughout the game as opposed to other companies that had little. At the same time, PNC utilized great signage that was bright and easy to spot as a spectator. Weirdly enough, the bright signs at the corners of the arena where players enter and exit was something that caught my eye early in the game. This bright yellow Gator retail roofing sign stood out. As you can see, the logo is featured at each corner simultaneously. After research, I found out this was a local roofing company in the North Carolina area. Other companies were featured at that same sign as well. This bright green Enterprise sign stood out to me also. It's interesting to note that this company is completely different from the roofing company, and that is something that I see all around the arena based on the different advertising throughout the game. I assume this is a factor of a non-compete agreement. Looking at another form of marketing in the arena, here Chick-fil-A is featured in these LED banners around the arena saying 1,000 meals donated with every home win. Canes win, our community wins. Every game, Canes fans have the chance to claim a free offer for a free chicken sandwich after the Canes win. Also, you need this promotion in the app by midnight. The Canes post this information on Twitter every home win. I unfortunately did not get a free sandwich after the game. The banners featured many different companies throughout the game. Like right here, they also featured Lexus and Harris Teeter. Or at times, both of the banners featured one company, like Pepsi here. Another example of a non-compete agreement that is well known, which we've talked about in class. Me personally, I'm a fan of Coca-Cola, and it is the worst when stadiums and venues offer Pepsi instead. So I opted for a beer. Not just any beer, but the Carolina Hurricanes Storm Brew. I chose it because it's $7, and that's so much cheaper than basically every other drink offered. And it's just a great price for a student, and that's perfect for all the university students that are going to these games. Or just anyone looking for a cheap beer at the game. But I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best. The design of the can is super cool, and it's actually brewed locally in the Raleigh area by R&D Brewing. As you can see their logo at the bottom of the can. It is a bit small and can be hard to see, but R&D makes up for this small logo by actually having their logo on the Zambonis that come out at each intermission. And they also serve their food at the lounge. I've never ate there, but my friend says the food is pretty good. Invisalign had the opportunity to not only be featured on the banners, but here on the Jumbotron as well. Invisalign had a cool example of promotion here. Photos taken by Canes photographers around the arena or fans posting pictures on social media are featured on the Jumbotron. Not only does this promote happy fans at Canes games, but also this promotes different social medias as well. At the same time, everything revolves around Invisalign. It may be hard for all fans to notice this exact sponsorship activation, but on the other hand, I think the Canes do a good job of plastering the Invisalign logo all around the arena during this promotion. This is something they tend to do in the majority of their activations. The Slapshot Shuffle was a promotion run by MasterCard, but it's really kind of hard to tell right here. But if you see at the top of the scoreboard, there's actually a MasterCard in the kind of form of Hurricanes logo. One out of these 3 pucks had a MasterCard hidden behind it. Then fans were prompted to scan the QR code and try and guess which puck had the MasterCard behind it at a chance to win 25% off in the store. This was actually the only promotion that involved fans using their phones to actually win something, which I thought was very unique. So I didn't know that when the Canes score on a power play, you win a free biscuit after the game. That's super cool, especially because we do the same thing at UNC, except we have to score 100 points, which is way harder than a power play goal in my opinion. Along with the naming rights to the arena, PNC Bank actually represented each intermission with their logo all over the screen, with the announcer saying that each intermission was brought to you by PNC Bank. This was probably my least favorite promotion throughout the game. Essentially, this was the dance cam sponsored by Hampton Farms, which is a place that sells peanuts in the local Raleigh area. But I just thought it was a bit corny just saying, let's get nuts, but maybe it caught people's attention. But by the looks of this boy in the picture, I don't know how he felt about this whole promotion. This promotion was completely different, as it didn't involve hockey at all. It was actually a blood drive for the community at the PNC Arena. Of course, the Hurricanes had to promote one of their next games, so they had to show this promotion from Love Your Melon, where they were giving out free hats before the game. So many different forms of marketing throughout this game that I couldn't even involve them all in this video within the time constraints. But towards the end of the game, one of the players on the Hurricanes, Andrei Svechnikov, actually got a hat trick, and that resulted in this promotion popping up for 25% off select hats in the store. But honestly, I wish it was something besides hats, but I understand the promotion as it was relating to a hat trick, but it would have been much cooler to sell like the players' jerseys, for example, because a hat trick is very rare, and something like that would be cool to promote the player and at the same time sell his jerseys. Here's how crazy the crowd went when he scored the last goal.